Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are having a great Saturday. If you could hear me pretty good, please type a one in the chat, thumbs up, or whatever you can just to let me know you could hear me. I know it's been a minute. I miss you all. Let me see. Okay, Angie. Hi, Ashley. I'm on my way home, but I'll be back on in a few. Okay, sounds good. Drive safely, sis. I'm just coming on briefly to chop it up. It's been a minute. Um, Sometimes it's kind of weird to come back on when you haven't been on in a while. I don't know why, but you got to get past the little nervousness when you're not consistent. So I'm just, chopping it up with my supporters, checking in, letting you guys know that everything is good. And I want to know how your day's going, how your week's going. If there's anything you want to discuss, any questions, feel free to do so. I appreciate you, Angie, as well, reaching out. Raw Truth, we definitely gotta connect. And a lot more of you out there. 20 mil, I appreciate you reaching out, bro, too. And a couple more other real ones if I forgot your names. Just know that I genuinely appreciate the care. And sometimes in certain situations and things like that, all it takes is the support of strangers. Just a simple, are you okay? Checking in, seeing what's going on with you, maybe having a small conversation to just let people know you're thinking about them. Sometimes we're all consumed with the things that go on in our lives. We forget to check in with people. And sometimes that's what a person needs more than anything, to be checked in, checked on. I miss you a lot too, Angie. I'm going to try, you guys, to come back being consistent. That's something I'm definitely going to try to work on. I'm doing some spring cleaning now, trying to get everything stored back in the basement, brought upstairs, and put away. So I definitely said if I have time to watch some freaking Love and Hip Hop, I have time to go online and catch up with my supporters. I know it's a lot of different things that has taken place. Well, some things are still the same from what I've seen so far with the truth situation. I just want to say one of the things about that situation that was a turning point to me when I saw for myself and I understood that, a relationship is not easy. And if I am one of the factors that's contributing to either side feeling like they have to do something out of what pleases their supporters, I don't want to be a part of that. More than anything, I would like these two to be able to co-parent together and have that healthy relationship, if not for themselves, for the kids. So when I said I was going to step aside and support that decision, I have kept my word. And I have been keeping my peace in what I felt aside from that. And I think it's great. And I love to see LaTruth with his daughter. I love the skits. She's a natural. Just to see the love he has for her is truly amazing. And the sad part about all of this, and I'm just going to give my opinion on it because I have to, and it's my page. And for what's the name of the title? Ashley D. I'm just saying. So with the whole Genie situation and people not understanding this, okay? It's not the fact that everyone feels as though she shouldn't express how she feels, this and that, right? I didn't voice my opinion on that. Hey, Aries Black Bull. Hey, everyone coming in the chat. Please do your girl a favor, hit the like button. I hope you're having a great afternoon, Aries, and everyone else. So with the whole situation with her, I did not give my opinion because, like I said, I felt like They were more so like brother and sister. It was something they probably needed to iron out amongst themselves or it'll die down. So when she had her marathon finale, grand finale, all of that going on, she even bought that colorful microphone. I said, okay, maybe it's going to come to an end now, and she's been going ever since. And nobody is saying, oh, wow, it's why is everyone upset? Because now everybody thought it was funny when she was doing it about like Anya. It's one thing when you're supporting someone and their beliefs and what you feel is wrong, right? But it's another thing when you think it's okay. Yeah, she's whack. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. But when you can't stand on principle, okay? I don't go for that. I don't think that's cool. If you think that he's a bad person, he doesn't support his people, then that's a different story. It is what it is. You're entitled to your opinion. But don't take back everything you've said, what you've seen, what you thought it was, just because you don't feel like he supported you enough. Just because you feel like he didn't do something a certain way. Because we have to keep in mind as human beings, you guys, we are all different. We are all different individuals that was raised by different people that have different personal life experiences from the next person. So we cannot tell someone else out of their own eyes, out of their own traumas and what they've experienced in life, that they should have the heart like you, that they should think like you, that they should move like you. If that's the case, we all would be on the same accord and nobody would be an individual thinker. Nobody would have different, unique ideas. So many things will be consistently in a routine daily with everyone. If we all thought the same, we will all be robots. And for her and many more people, and I had to come to terms with that as well, and still is. But we are different in our own unique ways, and we can't expect people to think. We can't expect people to love. We can't expect people to treat us the way we think they should and the way we assume that is the right way to us through our eyes. That's not cool. And it blew my mind when I see she's consistently still going and she's pregnant. When you're pregnant and you're carrying a child for those 9 months, the doctor tells you, and especially at that age, that's a serious matter. The doctors tell you take it easy, don't do too much, try not to stress. Because whatever you're carrying on you, mentally, physically, is taking a toll on this child growing inside of you, what the child is feeling, how the child is eating, how the child is developing mentally. So it's important as a mom, you're going to want the best energy for your child during those very important moments, 9 months, throughout those whole trimesters. And living a stress-free, soft girl era life, you would think that mentally she would be on a different level mindset when it comes to carrying a life at such a risky age. But it seems like she doesn't understand. And people always judge others and say, well, why do you stand up for this and why do you stand up for that? Because someone has to be honest about certain situations. If we're not honest about certain things, and some of us have platforms and our opinions might be a unpopular opinion, that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but right is right and wrong is wrong, whether it's from this side of or that side. And I'm saying this to say, even with the bullying and the things, and I want to say thank you to everyone that did report the page when it came to Cali. When me and Angie spoke up for that, that's us putting aside being a friend, putting aside this and that. That's us standing up for as a woman. Right. That's us standing up for someone that's crossed the line, and they need to know. They need to be reported. Sometimes as adults, a lot of people, instead of turning a blind eye, they have to start holding people accountable for their actions. And the more people call them out on those things, the more these people will grow up and understand that this is out of line, it's inappropriate, and it's wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But so many people out here, I realized on YouTube, they rather watch and listen to toxic things daily instead of something that could possibly help you, something that's important, something that could change your energy in a good direction. They would rather watch toxicity for a couple hours and laugh at that, knowing that this person is toxic, knowing that this person is lying, knowing that even this person is assassinating someone's character, but it's funny and it's entertaining for me. And I don't have anything else to do in that moment. So I'm going to like this person because they're funny. But morally, deep down inside, that doesn't matter the type of individual they are. Growing up, I was always told and taught, show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. And I stand on that principle. And that's the truth. So a lot of things within this year, and I vow to myself as well, I try to practice what I preach. And I go back on some things because I'm human. But I come back to the realization of what's best for me, what I want in my life, and what I expect. And I try my best to put that positive message out here to not only just myself, but my child as well, and raise him with those same morals and beliefs and principles. And if I fall short, let's just say my son will hold me accountable in the most respectful way. And I love that about him. The funniest thing is, my son never likes for me to post him. I've always told him to move in silence, live a private life, and that's how I raised him. So when I post him, he feels weird and he says, Mom, you always told me keep a low profile. Don't let everyone know what your next move is. And you post me. And I say, son, I'm just so proud. You're my son. You're my only child. That's me just expressing that. But sometimes our kids are right, you guys. Sometimes we need to listen to what they say and the message that we've instilled in them. Sometimes we're reminded of that. They remind us of what we taught them. We have to practice what we preach. And I love that. They make us stand on principle. So me taking a break away from YouTube, just getting things situated in my real life, I think has been a blessing. I missed everyone. I think I've been going on and off for like 2 or 3 weeks now. So I'm not going to hold you up. It feels awkward being away from everyone, but it feels great coming back with a free energy. But I always try to make sure when I come back, it's a message behind what I'm saying, and I'm walking and practicing exactly what I'm preaching. And I'm always going to be honest with you guys because I feel as though, good or bad, I got to hold myself accountable as well. And sometimes the honesty of situations put me in a situation where people always say, you're sensitive, or you you express yourself a lot. And I don't even want to say a crybaby, because I think that's one thing this world lacks of: empathy, understanding, kindness. We live in a world full of people that, just because they don't understand what you feel, just because they're not in your shoes, just because they don't feel your pain, it makes them feel weird. It makes them feel as though you're wrong. That's not right. Why are you expressing yourself? Why are you saying that? Because just because you can't relate Just because you may not understand, that does not mean the next person out there who's going through the same similar situation just might need that advice, just might need to turn on YouTube and hear exactly what you're saying in that moment. That's why it's so important to me that I get the things around me situated so I can get back to the best space in my life so my YouTube can flow the way it once was, in the direction it once was going in. Exactly, Aries Black. And I know in due time, you know, we'll all get to where we need to be. But the important thing is when you get to a healthier headspace and understanding and clarity on a lot of situations in your life, you don't expect much from people around you. Nobody owes you anything, but you owe it to yourself. If a relationship is toxic and it's not benefiting on both ends, from you benefiting from them benefiting from you, you know, you're not growing. You both aren't building together. You're not laughing together and you're questioning the integrity of this relationship and the meaning behind it. Then don't waste your time. From your personal life, business life, anything in your life, time is so valuable. And that's one of the things that I've learned. Just like in a drop of a dime, life is too short. So make sure you make the best of those moments. And nobody should have to spend time so angry, upset, bitter, and mad. Why not just release that anger? That's what I strongly feel like. You forgive and you forget. But some situations you can forgive and go forward because it's not that serious. If it's people you come to a understanding with, even supporters, sometimes they come back because you guys understand each other a little bit better, and I appreciate that. But we all have to respect each other differences. We're going to not always agree with each other, and that's okay. But I love the fact that we all, when right is right and wrong is wrong, we can come together and agree about that. I love the fact to the ones that I could come on here and express how I feel and I don't feel so judged. Even to the people that hasn't been in my shoes, they still can say, man, that's messed up. And vice versa. In the beginning, my intentions were so good to where I wanted people to be able to come to my channel. I gave out my email. I wanted to be able to help people privately because a lot of people don't feel comfortable opening up on a platform with strangers and people they don't know. And then you have people that just want to listen. And I want to get back to that space. And in order for us to be able to get back to those spaces in our life, we have to make sure self is taken care of first. Self is so important. If we don't take care of self, who will? And I just want everyone who is out there going through a silent battle, just know that you're entitled to go through those feelings and emotions and they matter. Whatever you're going through, it matters. So don't let anyone convince you or tell you any differently. Don't let anyone make you feel weird or strange for feeling whatever it is you're feeling. I went from, believe it or not, you guys, I used to be just a um, workaholic, a mother, and that's it. And then I realized one day, life is too short. You have to spend more family time. And by that, I mean your cousins, your uncles, everyone around you. You have to value those moments. You have to take advantage of the holidays. You have to take advantage when you go to town, go check on your people. Even if this was the Thanksgiving before last, I was gone half of the day and I drove to everyone's house to give them a hug when I was in town. I changed my whole mindset, but I had to change my heart first. I realized that these are moments that I can't go back to my past and change, but I only can do better in my future. So I want to encourage each and every one of you out there that values work, because we all have to survive and maintain. We all want nice things. Some of us, have goals that want to purchase homes one day, or they want to just live comfortable. You should go for that and continue to do so. But always remember that family won't be there forever. The kids will grow up and move out of the house. You have to create those moments with them. Something as simple as getting up, dropping your child off, even if your child rides the bus, or your child has someone take them to school, or maybe they drive, or just take them to lunch or something. You have to take that extra time, even if you're going to pay for it later and be tired or miss a few hours of sleep. But it's important that you create those memories. And it's important that you have a spouse, if you do have, and you support them. I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. So that's been on my heart. I just think family is so important, and spending time and creating memories. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I was going back and forth with starting over, wanting a new baby. And then I realized that I don't want to start all the way over. I want to skip to the fun age. And I can't do that. That's not life. So I have to come to the realization of I have one child, and that's what it is. And one day he will move out. He will go off to school. He will do his own thing. And I just have to wait for that time when he gets married and I become a grandma. And then a baby will be back around. And it's going to be a long time before that happens, but I look forward to that. But I just want everyone to take moments to themselves and know that it's okay to take a break. Mental health is something that we don't speak on enough. It's not valued in our community. I feel like a lot of people get bashed and made fun of when they express themselves. And I always say, I try to, at least in one of my videos, let's normalize people feelings. Let's normalize people being able to vocalize and express how they feel without being crucified, bashed. And we have to have people standing behind it, letting people know that it's okay to feel what you feel. Exactly, Aries, because people don't, I never want in my life to be put in a situation where I was brutally mean to someone based off of not understanding what they feel or not understanding their relationship, because my relationship is different. Sometimes we have to just listen and support our people in our lives, our friends, if they're having relationship, family, or even issues with their children. Sometimes us being so opinionated and expressing what we would do and how they should handle this situation, sometimes they just need an ear. Sometimes they just need us to listen while they get it off and express how they feel. Sometimes we have to just create safe places for people to express what's on their mind in that moment. That's why a lot of people grow up with anger issues, or they are angry adults and upset all the time. And that starts with us making sure our mental is okay. We have empathy and compassion so we can understand how the next person could possibly feel. I always try to put myself in the next person's shoes. That's what fuels me, by love, care, and empathy. That's what I move off of. That's what my heart is made of. Even though I've had the worst situations, growing up and throughout my life, I've still never let that define who I am. Because if I did that, then I would not be a good person. I would not be a good mother. I would not be a good daughter, a good sister in law, a great niece, a great listener, content creator, and so many more things. So I try to be the best to whoever is in my life at that moment. And I let people see my human side. It's not for likes, it's not for clicks, it's not for anything besides letting it be normalized to feel what you feel in that moment. Allowing people to know that my platform is a safe place to feel whatever it is you need to feel. That's why I always say, let me know what you want to talk about. Give me some suggestions. I don't care if it's 3 people listening or 2 people listening. At one point in time, I used to have hundreds of people listening. But now it's just a few here, and I appreciate that support. When you talk about toxic things and you consistently speak on those, that's the type of energy you're attracting in your life. And that's not the direction that I'm going in. In my real life, it's very peaceful. And that's the honest truth. And I want to continue being consistent that way. So the energy I give, I can reciprocate that to my supporters, and they could leave off the live and something resonates with them in their life. If it's something that's challenging to them, they can feel free to, I can talk about that with them, and they can feel free to express that. And I can support them in any way possible that I can. Like I was saying, I'm moved by empathy, care, compassion. So when you see me standing up for someone, it's because in my heart, I feel as though they were wronged about a certain situation. And I still don't feel like the justice has been there, and I'm just going to give everyone an example of what I'm speaking on. Well, the one of many things. For example, when I've saw people say, okay, just ignore the situation. Prime example with Callie and Kevin. Oh, why are you speaking up about it? Because I have a voice. I'm a content creator. And I see that this man has not received the justice he deserves. And I've had people in my life that I've trusted at one point in time, and we've all have. We all can relate to this same story, just not to this extent. Some of us, I can, but for someone that you open up to, you share your world with, you allow them around your family in your social circle, and things just don't work out right for whatever reason. And everything they know about you, they flip it on you. And they hurt you and say the lowest of the worst things. And on top of that, they bring your child into it in a malicious way. How many times has this man crossed the line, went above, beyond, and over until people do not get together and just speak up for what is right? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Just because he doesn't have a bigger platform than Kevin, that still doesn't justify what he's doing. That still doesn't make it right. That still doesn't make it okay. And then when you stand up for what is right, you become victimized. You become a target. You want to be this man's wife. You need to stay in your place. What is our place in life? What is our place in society? Okay, and I'm gonna chop you up real quick, Shell Lewis. Oh, nothing's going on, Safari Blue. Yep, tit for tat. I'm a set them straight real quick. And I'm not even gonna say chop you up because my energy is just above you and what you feel. Y'all not content creators, just messy, want to be in everybody's business. Then once people clap back, y'all go online crying. Let's see. The only time I've ever cried online was about my deceased sister that wasn't gone a year and people were mocking her. But when someone has said things about me personally in a malicious way, I've never cried. I've clapped back, I've cracked jokes, but my jokes were mean, malicious, when I've had people come at me in the worst of the worstest ways. So for you to say people cry, when have I ever cried besides about my only sibling passing away? And I had every reason to do so. What does that have to do with what you're talking about? Thank you, Safari Blue. Thank you so much. And this is the thing. Um, the sad thing and an unfortunate situation about being a good person. Actually, you so sweet. I don't understand why anybody would ever F with you. That's the problem. And I don't want anyone to get discouraged because of this. Let this be a learning experience to all of us out here. Don't change your heart because people out here come into our lives with an interior motive. People come into our lives to distract us off our task. People pretend to be our friend, but the red flags and the signs have clearly always been there. People pretend to support you, but deep down inside, they really don't like you. You know, I have this person comment on my page saying, I'm such a bad person and I'm not a content creator. First of all, you don't know me. Second of all, I've been creating content for the past 3 years, real content, before I started standing up for what I felt in my heart was the right thing. And I'm going to continue to do so still. And it will be sometime an unpopular opinion. But like I said, everyone is entitled to have their own opinion respectfully because we're all different. We come from different backgrounds. We're structured differently. We're entitled to think how we want to think. But for you to sit up and say when people clap back at you, you cry, I think that's very childish. I don't know if you're a troll, but it seems like every time I clap back at people, if anything, they cry and they hit me below the belt and say the worstest things ever. When I call people out on certain things, they hit me below the belt. I have never said anything bad about people I was cool with. I have corrected things. That's why people have to open their eyes and stop being fans of toxic behavior. Stop being fans of dysfunctional things online just because you like someone. Right is right, wrong is wrong. We can all agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, stop supporting the BS just because you want to be a fan, just because you like this person or you have something in common with them. You have to hold people accountable for the right reasons. You holding me accountable for having emotions for somebody in my life that will never come back. And I'm dealing with it on my own while being a full time working woman, while being a spouse, while being a full time working mother that has always been there for my child's needs as well as wants, okay? And I want to change that around to the want needs first before the wants because your child needs you, the better part of you. I've been with my child for 15 years. 15 whole years. I loved my child enough to say, okay, I'm going to get grief therapy. He has 4 months left of school. Let him finish it with his biological father. See him 4 times out of the week. The summer's almost here. We're buying a home this summer, and we'll all be back in the same house. I unselfishly allowed my son to get a peace of mind while his mom made sure her mental health was okay. Did my heart want to make that decision? No, because I've been with my son from day one. I've been with my son while his dad was gone for 10 years. I did that. I have a well-mannered, very respectful, decent young man. And I am very proud of that. I did that. We did that. His father is an amazing dad who made mistakes and learned from them, and is teaching his son how to be a man with structure, discipline, guidance, while his mother nurtures him and love him. And I couldn't be the best version of that had I not made a short time decision, because our children feel our energy. Our children know us, and our children should not have to pay for what we're feeling in that moment or our pain. So sometimes we have to do things what's best for them, even if we don't want to. And that's growth, and that's love. It was wise to take care of yourself. Absolutely. Let me tell you something, you guys. It's the best feeling in the world to see my son laughing so hard and thriving in school. When I see him being the strong young man that he is, it pushes me to want to better myself. And I have such a supportive spouse, so supportive, you guys. And it makes me want to be better. You get what I'm saying? And it's wonderful to have supportive people, whether it's a spouse, you guys, a friend, a family member. It's wonderful to have those people in our lives. But it's also a hurtful thing for people to use those things in a bad way against you when they don't know you personally. But the people in your real lives, they tell you all the time, and you don't have to hear it because you know it. But the person you love to hear from the most is that child. How you're a great mom. What is so funny is I occasionally have a drink. And my son will never, ever, he says he doesn't want to grow up and drink. He never, ever wants to smoke. And I'm proud of that. I posted a video on my Facebook just explaining his little personality and how he is and how he probably will be once he starts dating when he's an older young man. Well, when he's an older man, not young man, but so when he sees me have a drink at home, it's a holiday for the new year, even a wine cooler, he feels weird. He doesn't want me to do that. Why did you wait my whole life, mom, to start having a drink? And I'm like, you see me have a drink once a year or twice. And he thinks it's so wrong and weird. And it's funny to me because I kept that innocence when it came to my child there all this time. When I even get into little disagreements online, my son does not like that. One day, and I'm thinking maybe at the end of the summer, you guys, I will do something with my family. Just, and I know it's going to take a lot of begging far as my son because he's a private person. And I love that about him. But I would like for you guys to get to know my family a little bit. They're awesome. So, to my true, real supporters, I will be sharing a couple of those moments with you. Hopefully, I could get it more frequent. Once we all move and get situated, I would love to allow you guys in a little bit just to see my family dynamic and how things work. But I have a very strong support system. And it feels great to have that because I was a go getter. I stepped up and I put those shoes on. And don't get me wrong, the younger version of Ashley did not have to do so. But when life changed and it was time for me to go, that's all I was doing the whole 10 years. And it was stressful and it was hard. And I've done things that I made sure my son would always have his mother there, would never see me in a bad light, will always respect me because that's how I was raised. My mom didn't have this boyfriend, that boyfriend. It was never like that. So I made sure, me being who I was, I would never bring people around my son, casual conversations or anything like that, if I thought it wasn't serious or this was possibly significant other material. I didn't do that. I've always kept things private because I never wanted that type of energy with my child. That's why he feels weird so much so when his mom has just a freaking drink. And I have to tell him sometimes, look, bro, not bro, but you know what I mean. I'm an adult, and this is what adults do sometimes. And he said, why did you wait most of my life now, all of a sudden, to have a drink or something? And he really tries to make me feel bad, you guys. And it's funny because it's like with my sister husband and him and my mom and myself, like we would have a crab seafood boil, but I don't want to say boil because it's his favorite place we go to. But when my brother-in-law would come home on the weekend, we would come to my house and we would have my sister would have Belvedere and my brother-in-law and my mother had dark liquor. So we would take a couple shots, eat our seafood throughout the day. We would have game night and stuff like that. And my son would be thinking, it's so weird. Oh my gosh, Mom, you wait all this time. Oh my gosh, why are you drinking? Because I'm an adult. And this is what they do. I'm never gonna drink when I grow up. I'm proud, son. You wait till you old, Ma. You are so old. I said, oh boy, get out of my face now. I'm not gonna tell you again. I'm just saying, Ma, you don't do stuff like this. Exactly, son. Well, why are you doing it? Because this is what adults do sometimes. So you have to have a drink to boy. Okay, I'm done having this conversation with you. Yes, Aries. And tit for tat. It's so funny. And then it's like, why am I even explaining something to you? But the first time I felt as though it was necessary because he went his whole life without me. I don't smoke, that stuff, but I don't see anything wrong with it. If somebody does, each to his own. And I don't drink. So him seeing me out of nowhere just having a drink or something, and it's just weird, freaking him out like, oh my God, my mom is drinking. I don't know what's going on in his little mind. I don't know if he think I'm having one drink, I might be an alcoholic after this. So I felt as though it was necessary for me to explain that to him. Maybe he was excited that his mom didn't indulge in these type of things, and he finally see it happening. Maybe he start freaking out thinking that I might like it too much. So I did feel as though we have that type of relationship. He expressed to me how he feels, and I let him know it's okay. I'm an adult. I got it under control. Sometimes we just drink to have fun, and we're at home. We're not driving. It's safe. But absolutely, tit for tat, we definitely need a release. We definitely do. And that's what I want this channel to be for you guys. At the end of the day, people are going to judge us regardless. I am not going to keep coming on here, you guys, explaining this and explaining that, or explaining my convictions and what I believe. If it's something in that moment and maybe my supporters want to understand, my real supporters, you guys, then yes, you guys have every right to know the logic and the meaning behind something that I'm doing in that moment. And I will gladly express that to you. But I just want everyone as well that's supporting me to know I support them too. And I want them to be able to vocalize in a healthy manner what they're feeling. We have so many things in our day-to-day life that are toxic, whether we want to be a part of it or not. Whether it's your job, family members, friends, this and that. It's nice to be able to have somewhere you come to at least 3 days out of the week and you are able to express what you feel. You want to get it off. Maybe, your friend don't know my channel, but maybe you have a question for me. What advice should you give them? Or how should you handle a certain situation about your relationship or even with your child? Because I think at one point in time we expressed tit for tat how we love our kids so much. And I expressed also how sometimes, loving our kids so much, it kind of hinders them, loving too much. And by that, I don't mean emotionally. I just meant protecting wise. Don't want them to jump off the porch, get a little dirty. When it comes to being a man and being a woman of a single young man, when the father's not in that household, it can put us in tough situations where we're thinking we're protecting them from everything. And then when in reality, when they go out in this cold world, how are they going to be able to face those difficult tasks and give themselves the answers that they need because they wasn't able to jump off the porch and get a little dirty? My mom sheltered me so much away from those things. So now it's like I have to try to figure it out and think for myself. And you have to raise that kid with that mindset of not being able to crack under pressure, being able to stand on a truth. No matter what the next person gonna say, what they're gonna feel, this is me. You can like it, you can think you making fun of it, and it bothers me, but it really doesn't. We have to raise our kids to be leaders. Yes, we did. And that was a good discussion. It definitely was. That's why we have to bring that back. We definitely have to bring that back. I think we all should I don't know if we should be consistent with the discussion as far as parenting once a week and just come up with a different topic for that week and then discuss mental health. We'll do something on like a Monday, Tuesday. But I'm gonna try, you guys. I just been spring cleaning. Just give me like a week. I have a 5 bedroom. And then I've been going from here to the vacation home back and forth. So it's kind of been a little, you know, a lot. But mental health wise, we have to be able to detach and do what's best for ourselves. Because whether we have grown children or young children, they feel that energy, especially if they're around us a lot and they know us. Our kids can look in our eyes and tell when something is bothering us. And the type of mother I've had growing up, she never carried her stress. She always was happy, energetic, and I'm happy a lot, but she had it down packed. My mom's just naturally happy. And if I could be half of the woman she is, I would be more than just so grateful for that. My mom, having her as a mom, to be honest, was a blessing growing up. So that's why I feel as though it's very important. I did not grow up knowing whatever issue it was my mom was dealing with as an adult. And I want the same for my son. I don't want my son in high school, the best years of his life, who's already feeling pain of his own, to not only carry his pain and try to find a healthy way to deal with that, but now he feels as though he wants to protect his mom. He wants to carry my pain too. No, no, no. That's not the type of mother I am. I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to mentally do what is necessary for me so I can be mentally there for him these last few years of high school that he has left, so we can have a wonderful time and enjoy it. So whatever sport he's playing in, I can be a part of that, present in the moment. I can be part of movie time, present in the moment. I can be part of being the butt joke where they're laughing, cracking on me, dancing in that moment, and so many more moments that we're creating together. I can mentally be there and not put that weight on my child. So to me, that is not only growth on my part, but that strength as well. When we can look at ourselves as parents, whether we're men or women, and say, hey, I got to take a time out. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do what's best for me so I can be the best version of myself for them. And we have people that love and care about us enough around us to say, dang, I get it. I understand, because you're always this way. And just to see you this way, if I could take some of that off of you for the moment while you get yourself situated, I'm going to do that for you. We love you enough to do so. So that means more to me than anything. And I'm grateful for that, you guys. And I'm also grateful for a lot of you on here. Tit for tat. Aries, you've been catching all the lives. I appreciate it. Safari Blue, I appreciate you being positive. Tit for tat. Thank you for timing out, Shell. Whoever that is. I don't know if that's a troll or not. But I noticed a lot of people that started off with me, they're not here. And I just want to say to them, I'm okay with that. You know, being a content creator and you having supporters, people have to understand, you know, they'll come when it's something they want to listen to, or they might not agree with you for the moment, and that's okay. But your journey must continue on. And most importantly, we have to stay true to ourselves. And if we make mistakes, because we're humans, we're going to do so. You have to come back, own it, and apologize to correct that mistake. If you publicly did something foolishly to hurt, harm, or embarrass someone, then you should publicly give them that same respect. And if you feel as though it was even, then cut your loose short, cut your losses, and keep going. And that's what I apply to my day-to-day life. And I wish everyone out there as well would do the same. And we'll get a little further in our day-to-day reality if we study holding on to things, situations, people, places, things, when we know that it doesn't serve us a positive purpose. It's not going to help you in a growth area of your life, or you have to question people's loyalty, integrity, or their intentions. You don't have to beef with those people, but just simply accept it for what it is and keep going forward and doing what you have to do for you. Because no one, at the end of the day, when you close your door, you lay in your bed, and you're alone by yourself, no one is going to soothe you. No one knows the silent battles that you're battling but you. So you always have to stay true to yourself no matter what, and do what's best for you. So don't hold on to people, places, and things because it looks cool, because we enable these behaviors just because we don't want to walk away. It's going to hurt that person's feelings, or we're staying in this relationship because we're afraid what the public's going to think. What about what you think? What about mentally? Is this healthy for you? Is this relationship equally yoked? Is this relationship so meaningful to where you wake up every day and you're both growing as individuals? Or is it toxic? Does it make you cry at night? Do your family not know the silent struggles you are going through because you put on a brave face? Because you're dressing alike for Facebook? Because you buying all these lavish gifts for yourself just to make him look good? But he's an emotional terrorizer behind closed doors. These are the questions you have to ask yourself about. These are the silent battles that no one knows that you're going through but yourself. And that's why I always get on here, you guys, and I'm going to be honest. Good or bad, I'm going to always be honest, because I feel like if I can look in the mirror and own my truth, then I owe that to you guys as a content creator. I'm not going to get on here and fake it. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm a realist in my real life, and I'm going to do that on my social life. I didn't come on here to fake it for anyone. Raw truth in the building. Hey, Ashley D, I'm watching the replay. I'm out with Bay. Raw truth, we live, sis. And the fam on a mini getaway, stopping by to say hi and like the live. Aw, thank you. Period. Enjoy the Bay and family time. That's exactly what we talking about, Raw truth. That's what's up. Enjoy your Saturday. I just wanted to touch bases with everyone. Let me see. I miss you all dearly. Yep, have fun, period. And tit for tat, absolutely. And that's what I say about us stepping up, you guys, being leaders and holding people accountable for certain behaviors. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to say anything directly to them, but in our life, in our real world, we shouldn't keep condoning people hurting you, condoning people walking in and out of your life like your life is can't even get it out. Your life is a revolving door, and they have the key to come in when they please, back and forth. Like your heart or your feelings don't matter because you're tiptoeing around theirs. Make it make sense. Your feelings don't matter, but you're tiptoeing around theirs because their feelings matter more than yours. The only way somebody's feelings should matter more than yours is when it comes to your children. And you vocalizing and expressing certain things to them where it doesn't hurt their feelings, but it has to be communicated, if that makes sense. If you're telling your child to bring their grades up in school, but you're saying it in a loving way to where they understand how this is going to benefit them in the long haul, or to do more chores, pick up the slack, things like that, it's different. But don't allow people to walk all over you and hurt you just because you don't want to hurt them. Listen to how that sounds. Does that sound okay? I'm going to let you stump all over me and justify your behavior because you had childhood traumas. You went through a bad experience in life. Your last girlfriend or boyfriend hurt you. So I'm just going to sit here and take all these licks, take all this pain that you inflicted on me, and just chug it up and act like it's okay with the world because you're not trying to get help. You have your childhood traumas you're dealing with. You claim your ex hurt you, but in reality, I got a clear view sight of what the issues was between you two. The same things in the beginning you told me she complained about you not doing. I see for myself, you're not doing them in this relationship. You're lacking. I see it for myself. We have to be realists, and we most importantly have to be true to ourselves, true to our hearts, true to people intentions around us in our day-to-day life. If people don't mean you any good in your life, and including your family, sometimes you have to love them from afar, but you have to protect your peace. Oh, yes. We should do a women's power panel for this month. Yes, tit for tat, I'm down. Aries, you down? What day you guys want to do it? I'm trying to think. Do you guys want to do it on this Monday or Tuesday coming up? What day works best for you guys? But I want us to try to enforce it to keep it going, you guys. And maybe that'll be something we do frequently. And that's just our way of testing our mental health, being able to express what we feel or what happened that week, or maybe you had a bad day at work. But I think that'll be definitely a good movement going in a good direction. Because we got to start encouraging one another. Tuesday will be good for me. Okay, bet. So Tuesday it is. So what time you guys think work best for you? Like at 5 o'clock on a Tuesday? Or 6 o'clock? Indeed, we need more uplifting. Absolutely. We have to start supporting one another, you guys. And most importantly, a positive message. If we had more women stepping up for one another, then the world would be a better place. And that starts with ourselves. You have to love yourself enough to make better, healthy decisions for you when it comes to you mentally. Because if you're not okay, everything else around you goes up in smokes and flames, because you have to take care of you. Okay, Raw Truth, sounds good. You said 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Yes. So that's gonna be dope, you guys. I look forward to it. I'm gonna enjoy your hubby and your family. Raw Truth, that's exactly what we was just speaking on, creating those family member moments, create memories. That is so important to do so, especially with the kids while they still home. Tit for tat, I appreciate you, sis. You are truly amazing. I want that ring on your left hand. Aries, thank you for being so supportive, sweetheart. I appreciate that. As well as Safari Blue. Thank you, sweetheart, for being so positive as well. And the people in the background that's not commenting, I hope you're getting something out of this as well. Um, I wish I could stay on here longer, you guys. I got all hardwood floors. At this house, the real wood. I'm just joking. Well, it is real, but I had to say that somebody and it's just giving you guys an example of something. Someone's Now I was having a moment about my son, and it was funny to me that his shoes were sliding up. So I shared that with you guys. They was changing colors, whatever. The people were so invested on not even me saying create memories, and my son, he has half a days on Wednesdays, and his dad comes home from lunch at noon or whatever time he chooses to have his lunch. But he just so happens to always have it after my son is picked up from school. So we both picked him up from school, and I bought both of them lunch that day. And we sat down slowly, gathered around the table, and we ate. And they wasn't thinking about, wow, that is moments created. Wow, I appreciate her, letting us in her world. They was focused on my floors. How many times I have to say this house is being fixed up? Not that I owe that to anyone, but they looked over the whole message. I was hoping that would inspire somebody else to create, some type of moments. The little moments like that mean a lot to the kids when they're older. Those little moments right there are going to be created by my son and his kids and so many more generations to come, because we're doing those moments now. And he's going to look back over and remember that. And a lot of kids out there, they don't get a chance to experience that. So it's important, even as single parents, we take the time to give them their time separately. Even if we're a parent of 3 and 4 children, it's important to do that, because they're going to remember. You could sit down and talk to your child or your children, and they're going to tell you about something that happened 15 years ago, because they don't forget. But instead of them focusing on the small thing that should have mattered, they was worried about my background. And I just said, wow, as I addressed it in the video, it still was funny to me that this is the world of YouTube. You invite people in with special moments, hoping that they will learn from the moment in a positive way, or I'm pushing out positive energy. No, they decide to use that in a negative way and bash. So I just want to tell people, no matter what, if people agree with you or they don't, protect your energy and do not let anyone get you off a track. And most importantly, stay humble, no matter what. My children got this for me for Mother's Day in 2018. Aw, I wouldn't take it off either, but when I see you, I'm taking it. Sorry. They did an awesome job. I love it. And that goes to show you the type of mother you are. They gave you a beautiful ring. Every time I'm complimenting your nails, I'm like, I love that freaking ring. You guys, let's start pouring into each other. That's important to me. If not anything else, we have to start pouring into one another as women. Even if it's the smallest compliment, let's love on each other. Let's elevate each other. Let's send positive vibes to one another. I'm going to get off, you guys. I have to continue the spring cleaning. It must go on. But I just wanted to touch bases with everyone and let you all know that I'm here and I miss you and I'm thinking about you and sending positive vibes your way. And I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful, blessed weekend and create those memorable moments with your family, your spouse, your children, most importantly, and just in life general for yourself. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to take a break from reality for a moment. It's okay to focus on yourself. And it's okay to do something for yourself, especially if it's benefiting your family in the long haul. I will be definitely touching bases. We're going to do our woman's panel. I gotta make sure I have it. I'm gonna screenshot tit for tat. Let me go. Oh, and thank you, Raw Truth, as well, for stopping in Tuesday. I just want to make sure I have the right name. Okay, I screenshotted it. But I'm gonna touch bases with everyone on Monday, and we're gonna make sure in tit for tat's honor, we have our women empowerment panel on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Good time, like Raw Truth said. And I will see each and every one of you in a few days. I might try to go live. I don't know, you guys. Tomorrow is my busy work day, but it'll probably be for sure Monday. Take care of each and every one of you. Love you all. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye for now.